Hi, I'm Phil Bickle. I want to invite you to participate in Awake Book Bunch number 3. We're going to be looking at a book called Listen Up. This book's kind of different from other ones that we've done because I wrote it. It isn't so much that I wrote it, is that it tells the story of things that happened to me. And in it, I'm exploring a question. Does God speak and direct us besides just reading the Bible? He certainly speaks and directs us through the scriptures. But are there other ways that he does that? And if so, what are those ways? And how do we listen? How do we respond? Well, there's different ways of hearing what's happening in our lives. As God's working, sometimes there's normal everyday experiences that it isn't until later on we look back and realize, oh, that was God working. Or maybe we don't realize it at all. We're just kind of oblivious to it. There are other times, they seem to be more rare perhaps, when we have some surprising experience. It's beyond normal. And because it's beyond normal, we're kind of hesitant to talk with others about those experiences. Well, after I had had a lot of both of those kinds of experience, the kind of everyday things and the ones that seem a little bit beyond the normal, I decided I needed to write them down and reflect on them. And that's what the book Listen Up is all about. Half the book is my experiences. But I only tell my experiences so that you can explore yours. Because you see, the second half of the book isn't written yet. The books are written kind of as a workbook. At the end of each chapter, and the chapters are only a couple pages long, there are some action points in which you get to consider, has God ever worked in my life or guided me in a way that's something like the story that Phil told here? And when you look into your past, you may find an example like that. Maybe something that you recall or something that now is being drawn back into your memory, and you're invited to write it down. If you want, use a notebook or a journal to do so. In this book, we're going to be exploring maybe a lot of territory that you've never thought of exploring before. We're learning to recognize what God is doing. We're learning how to share those experiences with one another and learning how to process whatever God reveals to us. Have you ever had a hearing test? After you finish a hearing test, the person who administered the test shows you your audiogram. It shows the different levels, the different decibels and frequencies at which your hearing is either normal or there's mild hearing loss or severe hearing loss. There's a lot to be learned by looking at an audiogram when it comes to our hearing. How about our hearing what God is saying to us? Book Bunch number 3 is going to explore all this. And we want to do it in a kind of community where we're free to share our experiences, free to express our stories, and know that there's safety there to talk about it, and that there's community there to help us learn how God speaks, and how we are to listen, and how we respond to what he tells us. So I invite you, come along at Book Bunch number 3. Let's learn how to listen up.